So we're back. Specifically, we're playing with the NodeJS Twitter API. I'm trying to go live here. For some reason, my recorder seems to be messing up. Let me just get my live studio data. BuzzFeed journalists or Twitter bot. We're gonna get back to our Twitter bot project. We didn't get too deep into it yesterday, and maybe I'll do a quick rundown on what we're doing while we're doing it. And we even got more news today. Vice News, big layoffs, another 10%. BuzzFeed layoffs. Oh man. Oh shit. So in the wake of all this, HuffPost, in the wake of all this, there's been this hashtag learn to code. The fetid, oh shit, fetid right-wing origins. I haven't read this one yet. Oh shit, we got a picture of Tucker, the Tuck, and yeah, this is in response to more or less during a lot of the industrial layoffs, coal mining and whatnot. A lot of these journalist companies were saying, "Oh well, these gotta find a new job, gotta get some new skills, gotta learn to code," and they're what's a brigade attack? Oh man, so they're coordinated harassment. As if publishing media companies telling people to learn to code after they're laid off isn't fucking coordinated harassment. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways, you get the deal. You're probably up on this meme, so I figure since I'm into making tutorial videos, let's learn to code a Twitter bot using the Node Twitter library. Ooh, I'm parched. And I need a drink. But last episode we set up our API keys and got a 401 unauthorized request. Fixed that, regenerated the keys. I'm not showing you them, but essentially you go to your developer. Whoop, not LinkedIn. And you register here, you connect it to your account, which I should sign into. I guess if you want to follow this account, it'll probably get banned by the end of the stream tonight. I think that's actually the goal. But I guess this is the typical suggestions. But basically, yeah, you set up a excuse me, an API key, and what you do. By the way, I guess I'll update the description if it's not there already. It's not in there. I guess I'll do that now. With the GitHub of this project. And in case anyone wants to source this, God forbid, and what do we got so far? We had this configuration file, which I just specified some constants, or an object, excuse me, with the keys that are these thingamabobers right here. I guess I'll show you. I'll just regenerate them again. Please don't mess my shit up, folks. But I'm gonna show you the structure of this file. Yeah, let me do it like this. I'm just going to delete them out, show you real quick, put them back. So you get a consumer key, consumer secret, access token, all this stuff, and we're just using the typical JavaScript syntax, using module exports. If I ran Node, I think there's an experimental configuration where it can automatically deal with the ES 2015 modules, imports, and all that crap. But no, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way, missionary style. JavaScript, I don't even know what they call it. Yeah, so far we were just testing, making sure our client worked. There's a way to just simply get statuses of a particular user. I'm kind of more interested in checking a stream out. These are more event driven, so I guess we'll call that asynchronous. So you define a stream, you pass in the arguments, and I guess we're looking, I'm assuming this is hashtag, or this is, let's look it up. Yeah. Let's look it up. Where we at? Peak concurrent views 0. Alright. Amazing! And let's see. Developer. Docs. Yes. I like documentation. Yes. Don't you? Yeah, I guess it doesn't work. Realize I let the audio, the music drop, so let's get back to it. I suppose many of the methods might be just defined in this this NodeJS wrapper. Host and stream. So I just want to check some streams right now. And I suppose the stream would just be what comes up when you do something like this. And go to latest. Yeah. You gotta learn the code, man. So yeah, let's check this out. It seems to be fairly vibrant. We got a bunch of posts in the last minute. I don't even know, this is just a straight example off of here. I don't even know the syntax for these searches, but I'm assuming you can put in spaces. And it's not a hashtag. Let's see what we got. I don't even want to get this. And in here, basically, we have our callback. It's not really. It's inside the callback of the stream, but this is actually an event handler that's inside the callback of our stream. So when there is data, our event handler fires this callback. Go. Yeah, it sounds. You don't have to describe it in words to kind of fucking get it. It's kind of. Just the JavaScript lexicon. So, alright, let's check out what's in an event. I don't even really know what is in an event, and even with this print, whatever. Let's just run it. It's example code. If you haven't yet, I like to use this package node monitor. It just monitors your directory's file changes, and it'll restart your server. Alright, yeah, retweet Jack Kosabeek. We're not getting all the information right here. I want to know everything in this event object. I need to know who's sending it, blah blah blah. Because we might be able to infer possibly a really popular thread or something, and then we tweet, learn the code, and link to this live stream, and then maybe at that point we've learned something. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. That might keep it short and sweet, and a heck of a lot more interesting than the previous episode where we set up the account and didn't do anything. I managed to get 3 likes so far, so thank you. You're very patient. But I personally would have given myself a dislike, man. That was a shitty one, man. But anyways. I might take a quick break. Once we see what's on this event object, we can mull over what we want to pull from it and use. So here's the text and resign. Here's the event. Here's the text. So we go back. Whoever the hell was doing Oppo research for the Gillespie campaign probably needs to quit their job and learn to code. They need to check out this stream. Reply count, quote count, reply count. So we can see, we can set like a threshold for retweet count, reply counts if it's super active. And also based on the timestamp, we know when the tweet occurred and how popular it is. If there's any no, that's the user that tweeted it. Friends. Yeah, we can see if they're like super popular people, but even if it's just like a tweet count, if it's just a tweet or the interaction. Protected, here's the description. Published the, that's the tweeter's person, Steven Red. So screen name is basically like the at thing. It would also be nice to find a list of BuzzFeed journalists or anything. So whoever alright. So lots of good information on this event object. Want to turn the music down just a bit there. Okay. So, we got a lot of things we can use here. And learn the code seems to be pretty popular, so we need to get this going pretty quick. We need to capitalize on this this trend here. Alright, I'm gonna take 2 minutes. I need to get a bottle of wine. It's been pretty chilly here recently. And it's gonna warm up in a couple of days. But as you can see, I'm not in a normal household. I'm kind of in a shack sort of deal. And got a wood fire to keep on. So we could have routines by which we tweet. So we could be scanning these things for a threshold. Like if you got a certain amount of engagement, tweet the link to this stream. And then also, if just someone even says, no, let's just do that. But this is more or less our watcher. And for example, say we build this bot out in the future, we might obviously want to do some things. So I'm actually going to call this put this in a directory called listeners. Whoops. Let's abstract this a little bit. I want listeners and I want tweeters. Does that make sense? Yeah, let's make a forgot how to use a computer. Let me tell you about how to code. Yeah, listeners. And this is just like our event listeners, right? But also in our routines, we want our actual, like in a robot, you got sensors and you got actuators. So here we got listeners and we got tweeters. I should just call it a sensor and an actuator. That's actually like probably a better generic for bot building and automation. But yeah, let's pull our listener out, and our listeners is going to be an array that we pull off of this, and there's just going to be a bunch of them, but they're just going to be attached automatically. This if I go into listeners, I'm going to have I suppose an index.js in here. I know you see me using this index.js routine, but basically you can just reference the directory. Node will just pull in the index.js, and then basically within this directory you can then specify other requires, what have you, and handle your shit within that directory. But yeah, we want to import listeners then. Now, this is supposed to be an array. I want this to be, sorry, it's not that it's supposed to be, it's that I want it to be, and we're going to make it to be. And, yeah, you got this whole module.export stuff in the old JavaScript, excuse me, the older JavaScript syntax. And, what are we calling this thing? It's just the default module exports. So the default object is basically what's going to get pulled off of this. If you wanted to specify specific keys off of this, you could do your destructuring like we do in this config, which will be in the GitHub in the description. But yeah, so let's move our listener. And notice that, yeah, we're going to need to pass in the client object. So let's pack all this in. And you can pass in an argument into a node require like that, almost just like you're calling a function. Yeah, we're doing something like. So yeah, module exports is really going to be a function that takes in that client, and then we're returning client. I suppose no, we don't want to return the client. We want to return all the listeners, and we don't really have. All right, let's call this a listener. I'll do it like this. Const learn to code listen, and then that'll actually equal. Damn, it needs to be a function that takes in the client again and actually returns this. And then basically module exports just be this. Just for that. But say we add more and more, we could then make an array where we just exports the all of them, right? I could have some next listener, and then I could actually put this, concat them together. But sure, let's just keep that for now. We only got the one listener, learn the code listener, and let's import it. This should work. Can't find it. /listeners. I mean, it's likely I can't spell. This done yours. Alright, maybe we gotta do something like that. Cannot find blah blah blah. Can't find /listen. Oh, routines, yes. But of course. Oh, I don't have the params in there either, but it seems to be working. Oh yeah, alright, that's passed in. These aren't getting used. This was getting used in that previous get REST API. And I guess I'll just call this, we're not plural right now, but you see how we can extend this to multiple listeners, or even an array of these, where each of them is a function that returns the string object from the Twitter API. Yeah, what are we gonna do with this? We almost got to put in our routines in here. So for example, tweeters, I'll just say module.exports is a function, not an object. That just says, yo, what up? I just want to make sure we can import this and have our call and basically put our tweeter thing in there. So we can tweeters. You know what? I should format this to be an array of just one object, and then we can something like that. So tweeters specifically is just a function, man. So like for now this is kind of boring, but we could do something like this. Just run it, break it. Can't find it because we're in the same directory. Yo, what up? Making a bot, learn a code. Shit. I see we got a peak concurrent of 1 user. If you're in the chat, say hello. If you're learning the code, like the video. Man, fucking Jack Posobiec just gets fucking retweeted like hell, man. Military intelligence media plant with the InfoWars crew. And he just lurks 4chan and just finds shit that's breaking on 4chan and starts tweeting that, and I don't know. He's never doing original breaking reporting, even if that, ignoring his affiliations and whatnot. He just doesn't seem to put out really like what do you call it, primary source reporting, which is really where it's at in history or in reporting. Well, I mean history. There's not many primary sources left in history, but you can interview like descending family members and things like that. But that being that aside, we're here to learn how to code and harass Vice employees and shit. And I say this facetiously. I really do think everyone, almost like a skill like reading and writing in primary school, people need to know how to code and learn to code. It would make the world better. And people think of coding as this, oh, you gotta specialize in coding, when it's the exact opposite. It's just like writing fucking recipes, or just like it's just like writing, dude. Like it's not, or making a good essay or an argument, right? Like there's just a logical structure to it, and if you just get how to express it, you're good. And you don't need people that specialize in coding. You need people who are experts in their own domain or field of expertise that are running into these problems firsthand, where they're like, shit, how are we gonna do this? You know, they're the ones exposed to a lot of these really, you know, deep problems. And, you know, if they went through some sort of, say, elementary school or high school undertaking that got them exposed to this, learning this shit wouldn't be too intimidating in a maybe an academic atmosphere. You gotta learn the code, man. Whatever you're in biology, chemistry, even sociology. You're running a lot of statistical analysis. You're doing it's fucking great, guys. Shit, learn the code. This is not a harassment campaign. This is a campaign of love and growth, personal growth. As I'm killing myself with booze and alcohol and drugs, but I don't like this song. This is some shitty Oasis remix here, man. It's sad. Let's get back to some mixes. Alright, continuing. Our tweeters are doing nothing. But what we can do is add a filter. Say in here. So the tweeter is our actuator. You want to think like a robot. This is like our sensor, and we get this data, and here's the information on the data objects as we stream as we stream this learn to code hashtag. That's not a hashtag, just like the actual. I think you can actually just specify a hashtag in there if you want it. Like such, but we're not going to do that. What we should do is add a filter layer, because we don't want to tweet on everything. We're going to get banned, I guess, for just killing the so let's add a filter. And I guess I should add this in the routines, and I might even just call this a different folder than routines and just call it source. Yeah, let's call it that. But let's add some filters because we can always add more. Filters index.js, and let's see, const. I'll call this a popularity limit filter. And I'm switching up this. See this? I'm already about to do some arrow functions and shit. And Node, I think, does recognize that, but I guess this gives credence to Java developers or C# developers always shit on JavaScript's typing and ever-evolving syntax that might not be consistently supported across platforms or browser versions, and yeah, that is a good criticism. But we're almost beyond that. ES5, ES6 is almost gonna be, gotta be fairly soon in most of Node. So, no, we're passing in an event, not a module.exports, and then basically we want to put in our popularity limit filter. And here I'm abusing it again. Right? Like, I'm assuming here it knows the ES 2015 syntax for putting the key and the value as being the same bit, and it does work. And yeah, this level of ambiguity is probably not likely positive for an overall language system. But ES 2015, the new syntax, I absolutely love. You can do so much with objects without any libraries. There's no need for anything. You can do some decent maths with reduce functions. It's cool. It's great. I love it. But yeah, we want to make a filter given these events, and we got these text entities, retweets. Let's just tweet at things that are really popular. So there's a user object. We actually don't care, unless if I want to take their string name, user at string name. Sure, yeah, user at screen name. I can take a user at screen name. So we got this event user dot screen name. This is the person's name. This is the tweeter. I'm just taking some notes here. Friends count. Yeah, if their friends count, friends versus followers. That's cool. They call it friends. Followers. If you follow someone, they're your friend. That's stupid. That's a stupid name for a key. Okay, but we got friends count. We'll call this a popularity. Tweeter popularity. No, these are the people you follow. I don't care about that. I want followers. Followers count. Tweeter followers is event.user.followers. This is so excited. We're parsing objects. We're not even coding, but this is all part of the process. Your statuses count. Like, this person, aggressive statuses, no followers. What, 10 times more friends? That's a popular person. You know what? Let's make a ratio. We want to tweet on things where the ratio. Yes, yes, yes. Let's make a ratio. Let's make a follower to friend ratio. Yeah. Yeah. That's a fucking great idea. So we got followers and friend. Oh, geez, look at that. So this is a really popular person, right? And okay, followers count ratio to friends count. If this is over what, 10, that puts us up to 16,000. Yeah, if it's over 10. So this is going to be followers count to friends count. If that's like greater, much greater than 10, 10's got to will suffice in my Twitter shit posting expertise. And I feel like I should move this a little bit here. Let's get this down here. Jumping in right here, I'm making a filter for a bot, and I'm thinking about good criteria to filter on, given these listed count, followers count, friends count, whatever. Okay, this is another list. Oh, listed is lists, making lists. All right, good. Don't care. Okay, so if we have, so this is actually probably a better criteria than if a tweet has already been tweeted a lot, right? Because imagine if like somebody really popular with a lot of influence just all of a sudden tweets. It could be a fresh tweet that you want to interact with and respond to from a really popular person, but it's just that it hasn't been retweeted or favorited yet, so you won't catch it in the stream until other people retweet it. And I do think I need to make a database of tweets. For example, if somebody tweets, if I tweet, I want to tweet at the same person multiple times and whatnot. So I think I do need a temporary store for the tweets. You would actually want to use like NEDB or Mongo for this in more of a production kind of environment. But I guess I'll just run it on this node instance. Hope that no, you know what? Fuck it. Let's write it to a text. This is a good opportunity to demonstrate the files, the node file system, and essentially we could be writing our tweets. That's a lot. Yeah, shit. You know what? Let's keep it simple. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna use a timeout or a refractory period of 5 minutes before you can tweet. Maybe 10 minutes. We'll do 1 minute to start, and then we'll boost it up to 10 minutes. But that's probably the easiest way. We got to keep this simple. I know we're learning the code. We could get into some more advanced things, but we got to wrap it up and do some. Yeah, let's wrap it up. So we got this filter, and we haven't written it yet, but basically it passes in the event. If I so it's like a function. If it returns it, you process it, but you, all right, if const popularity limit filter. And I might make different ones on the scope of that module. So I'm destructuring it off of the module exports. I'm calling it popularity limit filter like this. I've changed some of the I've changed the convention a little bit in comparison to the other modules. So I guess we need to return a true or false, right? And we pass in the event. Do something, bro. Otherwise, we're just ignoring it, so we don't even have to do anything. So if somebody is really, really popular, we might actually get this yo, what up? but I think we want to make another filter. Oh, I haven't even done this one yet. Shit. Popularity limit. Oh, fuck. That's not even going to work. We got to finish writing it. So, yeah. We either return a true or false then in the filter. So, yes. If it's over this limit, which we said was 10. So, if event.user.followers count divided by event.user.friends count is greater than 10, return true. Otherwise, just return false. So we don't know what we're doing yet, but we're trying to catch these events. And we got ourselves a nice trending hashtag. Learn the code. This is why we're doing it live. With a total of 1 peak concurrent viewers. I knew this stream would be magic. But hopefully some people enjoy the content post facto. So, alright, let's see what we got. Yeah, at Vice. At Vice. We gotta also try and do something, if someone tweets at Vice or Huffington Post. And that's the thing, we can actually put in other filters like this. We could just layer them in like that, and in an or statement, if any of these filters fires, it'll do the tweet, and it'll only tweet it once, even if multiple of them do fire for an event. So we could we're making a buy here, guys. We got the framework here. We're starting to get going. All right. Amazing! As our good friend Jesse Lee Pearson would say. Oh man, what an interesting fellow. So I do believe my streams are age restricted, so I can rip a ball and should be kosher. Should be kosher kush. And you can also do and statements within. And then you got yourself some nice So I don't even want to print these out. Here, let's print the event when it is a popular person. Like Jack Posobiec. Oh man, that rip was alright. I don't want another one. Also in the future, I plan to be doing some IoT grow room themed tech videos. Mostly the Arduino and the Onion Omega. Just playing with some sensors. The old Wi-Fi. You might even make a full grow room automation app. Open source that shit. Jeez, that would be fun. Especially if I could get some of you out there working with me. That's the next step in these tech live streams. If we actually have a set of coders going on a problem and have a defined API, have a defined UI. That would be fun. One of these days. There's something up here. Why is this? Nod. Oh yeah, it's probably because nobody breaking our filter is tweeting. Let's just say if it's greater than 1. We should be getting tweets here. Let's drop it down another factor. Alright. Does work. Put it back to 1. There we go. Alright, so we got the tweets that are tweeted by someone who's popular. And our definition criteria for someone whose popularity is they got more than one ratio of followers to following. They call them friends. But these people on Twitter, they're not your friends, guys. That's what's misleading about this API definition. This namespace is misleading. It's not just verbose and helpful, but it's misleading. Alright, vamos. Allons-y. Let's go. So the filter does work. Yeah, if you want to add more filters, you can do stuff there. And maybe we can have favorited, retweeted. Quote count, reply count, retweet count. Reply count, I guess, is more the engagement. And then if someone does respond on a thread, they get the notifications that someone responded. So let's see if the reply count is over 10. And what I actually want to do is put this like this. Let's make a function called reply count filter, and I actually only want to if it's both the same. Excuse me. So we'll have another filter here, reply count filter. It's a function that takes in the event. And let's see, event dot. This is not user, this is just gotta be straight up event dot reply count. It's 10 or above. Whoops, we don't gotta write it like that. Alright. Can we think of any other filters? Can we think of any other filters? I haven't looked on the chat. We've got nobody. Alright. So I guess that's all the filters for now. And we gotta export that from Mojo. We got a popularity limit filter, reply count filter. I like reply count filter better. Oh yeah, reply. Okay, that's exactly what I called it. Alright, this should work. Should. I guess we gotta wait. Waiting for those events. So, assuming this is working, let's figure out how we can tweet then. Do something, bruh. And then I guess we pass the event along to our Twitter. And those were our filters. This is our tweeter. Yo, what up? I guess in here we're going to import our client from. No, let's pass it in. Let's pass it in. Ah, shit. Listen. The event and the client. And I might as well put this in here. Get rid of the yo, what that's just juvenile. What's wrong with this status code 420? What? Status code 420, yo. Shit. I don't even know what that one is. What's that? Status code 420. Enhance your calm. Is this a joke? Trying to get this window over here. Hold on. Enhance your calm. Not part of the standard. This was used when requests from rate limited. I haven't done anything. What the fuck? .420 status code. I haven't even made any tweets, man, yet. What the fuck is going on? Alright, we got one person. We got one person on the stream. Hello. I just got a 420 status code from Twitter. I'm not doing anything. No content. 420. Method failure. Enhance your calm. Not, this was used by version 1? Rate limited. More standard is 429. I need... Enhance your calm. Shit. This should be changed. Do I have instances that are not killed? How are we supposed to learn the code? Oh, I think we're working now. I think it's working now. So we're passing in the client into our actual actuator function. And this is the default function being exported, I suppose, in our tweeters, but we could change it just as we did our filters and export individual filters, or even export an array, but you might get into some slightly different functional setups, which would be really neat with how you set your conditionals in the main body of the program if you decided to do that. But we are not. And yeah, we have our filters running, so there's tons of events going on. Maybe I can just spit out the event text as it comes in. Oh, but if it is an important one that passes our filter criteria, we have this right here, and we're passing in the client. And oh, people, see, this is harassment. Verified. Oh man, going to town here. Jeez, bitches have to learn to respect the G code. G code is cool as heck. Mad respect to those in the CNC and what is it? Computer CAM, the computer automation manufacturing. That is cool as heck. If I was rich and I had excess tens of thousands of dollars to blow on some cool like machining equipment, I would definitely fill this here shop out with some CAM equipment. Wow, this is crazy here. These assholes are all out telling. So I guess they can add Stefan Molyneux, how can reporters learn the code? So we haven't hit one that has satisfied our requirements. We might want to lessen our... We got too high standards in our filter here. The reply count... 9 is nothing, man. 9 is nothing. 9 is nothing, man, but whatever. We don't have to, Alright, let's just get rid of the reply count filter. We ain't gonna use it. I want to run this thing. I want to get banned from Twitter, and I want this to happen all on the live stream. Because although there's zero viewers on the channel, we're gonna make some YouTube magic here, folks. Believe you me. If not tonight, maybe tomorrow night. This still really isn't... See, there's a popularity limit, but we could also just find the really popular threads as well. But you try that out. Swap that filter on out. And when it does happen, it's going to be hard to kind of follow, but we got ourselves... Yeah, do something, bruh. We'll be able to read that. We haven't hit our filter yet either. None of these are popular enough threads where the reply count is over 10 or above. This is our current criteria. But yeah, alright, we're figuring out how we're going to make a tweet. So let's look up at the API documents. Examples. Oh, what a tweet! Client.post. Retweet. Is that it? Statuses / update. How do you follow a thread? Proxy media. What the fuck? How do I... How do I tweet to a particular thread? There might be more arguments in the that object. Whoa. Needs to be a status. I haven't gotten one yet. But there needs to be a status ID you can respond to. Post status is update. API call we gotta do, eh? Sure, let's just retweet them. You know what? A lot of these tweets might be by Spurgs and shit that aren't even popular. So let's filter. We gotta lower our, we gotta lessen our popularity, requirements. We gotta lower our standards if we're gonna interact with the people that are engaging in the learn to code hashtag like myself. But guys, you know, we're literally trying to better ourselves here. I mean, I'm smoking weed and drinking alcohol and shit, but I do try and get to the gym fairly regularly. I do need to quit smoking, but anywho, this I want to console log the reply count. I could be accessing an undefined key, which is no good. No bueno, but we're getting 0. Oh, this person's embedding a fucking... let's make it bigger than 1. You know what? Let's go back. Change this to the popularity filter. And I want to log it. Alright, so when a popular tweeter tweets, we can get in reply to status. So if there's an original thread, we can chirp on that original thread. In reply to stat, we can send specifically a message that's not in the thread, and that's actually probably more akin to the harassment. We need the string. So this is important because we got some really big integers here, and Node can't really handle these, so we want to parse them as strings and deal with that. So there's this event dot in reply to user ID string, and we don't want that caps out. So we take that. What can we do with this? We want to well, we could. You want to respond to original thread or respond to user, right? We could respond to the user, or we could respond to the original thread. And for that, we could actually just roll. We could do something like this. This is fun. We could have function respond to thread and passing the event to the client. And we can also have a function respond to client. No, not the client, the user. Should we call this respond? Harass user. So we can't be ambiguous with the Twitter terms and clients. Alright, so we're gonna make some sort of roll of a die. And you know what? We could pick a range of, like, we want to make this semi-probable to harass the user directly. Because, you know, these events are already filtered down a lot. But what we could do is, I mean, it would be cool to have a sentiment indicator. So if the person tweeting was like if you could somehow detect that they're actually pissed off and like, oh, all these fucking cis white males just harassing us for blah blah blah. We could hone in on that using NLP, and I want to do some NLP projects in the future, but this just might not work right now in a live stream. And I don't. Live streaming has the dual purpose that you don't have to edit your videos, so harass, and here we'll do console.log respond to thread. We aren't even going to do anything just yet, but we need to make a coin toss function, and essentially, I mean, I guess function coin toss, and you pass in an n, and it'll give you if n is between 0 or 1, I guess. So so if it's 2, all right, let's say I'm gonna call this n toss, and we got this math.random, yeah, math.random, but we want to round that. So this is either a 0 or a 1. No, sure, we can do it like this. N times that. So now it's between 0 and n. And if this value is basically less than n, or n, this is getting kind of silly, but this is unnecessary, but I guess this is part of learning the code. So say we want to toss a 6-sided dice or a 6-sided coin. We want to basically just return a true if a result from this random bit is going to be within n-1 and n. So if this is 6, if the random thing that we happen to get And actually, I'm going to be generating random number twice here. I need to be just making it once. Blah blah blah. If rand. Alright, let's try and make sense of this again. So, we generate a random number from 0 to say 6, and if this number is between 5 and 6, we're going to return true, and otherwise it's false. So essentially it's like 1 out of n. It'll return true for 1 out of n, and basically every 1 out of n we're going to respond directly to the user and harass them. And otherwise, if it's false, we're going to respond to the thread. So let's see if our ntoss function works here on our tweets. I see we got somebody in the stream. Nice. Popular. What brings you this way? If so, alright, and toss. Let's just start with 6. So 1 and 6. No, 1 and 3. 1 and 3. We'll see if this works. Probably a little more quickly here. And I would rather do it like this. Respond. No, harass user. Otherwise, we're going to. You know what? This'll. I have to write it like this. Respond to thread. Alright. So I guess someone's just joining in, but what we're doing, we're learning the code, and this is in response to all the Twitter hullabaloo. In the first episode, we set up a fake Twitter account, and we registered an API and set up the configuration for this app, but now we're actually doing the more fun stuff. So happy you could join. And look at these abs. But anywho, we're gonna code this profile up to interact with the learn to code hashtag. Alright, cool. So it seems like our function is working. I'm gonna log the rand ntoss value just so we can see what it is. But yeah, if our harass function was written, it would have responded to a shot now Bayan. Oh, he's a code monkey for life. Alright. Featured course is machine learning. So this guy's doing the same shit I'm doing right now. Oh, he's a legit learn to code hashtagger, I guess, though. Learn to create algorithms. Where does learn to code show up? He must be responding to this person must be responding to full text. Kessler is something else. Some freaking comment is suggested to him, so he decides rank anonymous speculation is legit enough to publish. Tear it down, salt the earth, learn to code, WAPO. You're beyond saving. Oh, that's the perfect one to learn to code. Alright, so we have the NTOS, and basically we're gonna fire these things. So we need to pass in the client to each of these. We don't need the event as input. Wow, we're getting a lot of harass. I don't think this is normal. I think there possibly is a problem in the code. Harass, harass, harass. 3 harasses in a row. 0.33 to the 3. That's a tough thing to hit. Wait, if it's true. Yeah, that. Oh, shit. It needs to be in. Key point there. Alright, back to the API docs though. We should be wrapping this one up pretty quick. I am a tweet. Statuses. Retweet. We were looking at the API, the REST API. I guess likes for me. I guess when you comment on a thread, that is a retweet. What's the deal with that? You click on this. It brings you right to the status, but can you respond to the status? Jeez. Let's see what the Oracle has to say. It's not an update. It's not an update. Shit. It's in the post though, alright. We can see all the posts. Destroy, show, embed, look up. Fuck, man. Tweet update, tweet out. Direct messages. Basics. Maybe we got something in the basics. Accounts and users, nothing. Authentication. Tweet objects. Extended tweets. Oh, fuck 280. I don't care about the 280 charge, man. Quote tweets. If you're working with a retweet or a quote tweet object, I want to move this over a little bit for y'all. Oh well. Quoted status. post this whole object. Quoted status, text, I need the user. This is getting... What's this quoting shit? That's quote right there. Boom, and that's when you reply into it. So I need both the original one. About the original text or the original tweet, I need... See, this is what's fucking tough, man. I added comments to this, blah, blah, blah. Quoted status. So I pretty much need the whole object. We got text, user, place, entities. This is essentially just the object of the event. It's got the user, the text. I could just pass this whole object through, and it's got the necessary keys. Entities, geo, it's called geo, but maybe the API has changed and it's not place. Coordinates, retweeted status, quote count, retweet count, quote blah 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 blah. Yeah, let's just pass the full. Let's just see if this shit works. When quote tweets were first launched. So what? I need to post intro to tweet. Recent quote tweet updates. Why do they show the old shit? A 30-day period when quote will reflect quote. God damn it. If it's after the 30-day period, then no fucking listed on your website. Like, who do they hire at this fucking place, man? Overvalued. Yeah, let's try. Hey, whatever. I'm just gonna... How to API quote tweet. Quote tweet API. Here we go. Guess it doesn't exist. So you make a typical tweet. The JSON with blah 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 will be a mix of tweet data dictionary. Quote D status ID, quote D status ID string. This, yeah, that's what you want here. This field only suffers when the tweet is a quote. Only! Oh shit, you don't even want that. I mean, we could just, alright, we could just simply reply. We could just reply to the... retweet. Let's find the retweet example. And also recap, we're using this library here, retweet, the tweet ID. That would have saved a few minutes. Okay, so we've got a tweet. And I guess we'll have a tweet can response for now. Whoa, we got a format. I guess we gotta pass in the client or the event and the client. We can get into this in a moment, but we'll just tweet can response. See if we can get some followers here. So when we gotta do something, this passes in. The tweet ID is basically going to be event.id string. And yeah, the tweet. So we gotta pull a tweet from, let's just call it get random tweet. And let's do random tweets.js. Here we got a tweet, which is going to be an array of our tweets. But what we do want to do, module.exports equals a function that returns a random tweet. So we can use this math.round and this math.rand times the tweets.length. Let's use math.floor, and this should work without breaking. Because it'll round down. The length of an array is always one more than its index, but if we're rounding down, that should do it. And learn to code. And I guess we'll take a link to the live stream right now. Trying to find one. Grabbing a bit of trying to get the link for the chat. Sorry, not the chat, the live stream. I forgot, I'm running a live. We're live right now. Holy shit, I forgot about that. But I'm trying to load up this whole YouTube live panel thingamabobber here. It's not working, but I guess I'll just keep going. Learn to code. Gosh, I need this link. I need the link to this video right now. Oh, we lost a subscriber. Nice. Alright. Come on, YouTube. Live control room. All right. So I still can't get the link. Where's the link to this shit? This garbage. There it is. All right, I got the link. Learn to code, and I gotta make my link Twitter friendly, I guess. Twitter hash link thing. I forget what they call this. It's not a hashtag. Twitter link generator. Learn the code, create the link. I don't want the tweet, I just want the link. It's only taking the link. Oh well. Let's just put that in. And I guess we'll play with this one as well. Sure, that works. So, when we require this, it'll return a random tweet from our tweets list. Let's be more verbose with our naming. Call that tweets list. But the thing is, I need to require this every time. It won't work in that sense. Get random tweet. So, sorry, that was now going to become require random tweets. I'm not going to retweet this yet. Let's just make sure we're getting the tweet out. Respond to the thread. Learn to code. So we maybe tomorrow we can write an explicit harassment campaign Huffington Post and Vice, and we'll hit them with the old learn to code meme. But I think I want to use this to code a Twitter bot for some shameless self-promotion for my small channel. Ooh, yes, this one was a harass. So, if you're joining in right now, the structure of our program, in the main index, we basically just create our client. If I wanted to read from a file, I had the file system in there, which I actually don't need. Comment that out. We attach a listener, and in our listener, we can add filters basically in this if statement right here. I only have this false or false if you wanted to add more filters, like so. Popularity filter, we wrote a reply count filter. If the reply count was over more, return true or false. But anywho, got the basics for something to have fun with. If you wanted to clone the repo, I'll add that in the description if it's not there yet. But anywho, we're following, we got a data stream of the learn the code descriptor, search keyword, I guess it's a plural because it's a phrase, search phrase, whatever the data scientists call it. And yeah, if things pass our filters, we run then the event through our actuators. If you want to think about a robot, we got sensors and we got actuators. This is inside the routine slash listeners. This is our sensor, and then in our tweeters is our actual actuators. So I'm going to tweet at whatever thread, retweet it, and just push this live stream, learn the code, and see if we get more than one peak concurrent viewer, and we'll also see how long it takes until we get banned from Twitter. So I should be able to print the actual tweet, which is the response from random tweets. I don't need to be just, should be tweeting it. Respond to thread. Oh yeah, if it's a respond to thread or harass user. So in either of these, I still want to be tweeting a canned response. Whoops, keyboard's messed. And I don't know why I haven't passed the event in there. So we're gonna tweet a canned response for now in each case. I wanted to try and do something different with respect to either retweeting or doing a quote tweet, but I gotta wrap this up. This is taking a little too long here, but it's been fun. We got our random tweets. Our actuator is running. All this shit is good. Oh, I broke something. 420. Oh yeah, I got too many listeners. Kill all. So I'm running NodeMon, and it might have too many active clients going. And then you get a 420. You get a 420 little 420 error. I think it was called a COM error. Something like that. So, take a second, calm down. I know this is a really long live stream, but we gotta get something to completion, because that last live stream was sharp. I still got 3 likes for it in a day. What's wrong with people these days? Horrible content. I do say so myself. But that's because I'm trying to get better. I'm gonna hopefully put out regular, interesting coding streams for everybody, where everybody gets to learn the code, all sorts of skill levels. In my opinion, it's really not about what language you decide to learn. It's just about having a good project that interests you, that you want to work and get done. And anyway, these are all primarily JavaScript tutorials, but there should be some overlapping concepts. I'm just gonna close this filters file, but you can see how you can add more filters if you needed to or wanted to. And we're gonna try and tweet. We're pulling from this random tweets file, and I'm going to close that. But in order to tweet, I guess you respond to a tweet ID. This could work. This could work. Oh wait, event is not defined. Oh, haha, we were supposed to harass somebody there. I guess we're just playing the waiting game right now. Scrapper McProfile is about 1 step away from coming alive. Oh shit. So what's the tweet we gotta respond? It just says the event, respond to thread. Tweet can response. Console log tweet. We aren't getting the tweet. Oh, it's a function. We gotta run the shit. That's why. This thing is a function. Come on now. Let's go. This will probably just work. Let's just go live. I'm gonna comment that. Shit, we're live. Oh, alright, let's see if this is working. Oh, I need to, math.rand. Oh man, I'm thinking like C or some shit. Random. And random tweets. Let's go. Let's go now. Like fishing now. Tweets is not defined. Tweets list. We waited all that time. We need to add a throttle in here. Listeners, filters, throttlers, blah 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 blah. Oops. And we could use this. In a way where we define a timer. Set interval. Set interval. Alright, this needs to be, first of all, a function. And we can define a timer outside that, but basically we can even set like a const throttle limit is like 5 minutes, right? Like, so 300,000 milliseconds. So 300, what, that's 5 minutes, right? Yeah. Let's lower that to 2 minutes for now. Let's make it shorter than that. Let's make it 1 minute for the demo purposes. Oh shit, we tweeted. Let's check it out. Hello world. Hello world. Holy shit, we tweeted 4 times, man. Fuck, I gotta. I'm just retweeting. I'm not adding any text though. It's kind of working. We're not getting a tweet, I don't think. Yeah, harass, blah blah blah. Alright, so I'm not. We'll work on the throttle in a minute. Tweet and response. In line 17. Learn the code. Harass. Learn the code. This example is not. Oh man, this thing's going wild. Oh well. Let's just let it run. Let's let it run. But I gotta be able to say some shit. Oh, we're getting lazy. Retweet body. Status, colon, retweet body. Retweet body. Status is updated. Status is update, where the status is the retweet body. That's the actual retweet act. Sure. Let's stop that for now. We're loading up the retweets here. So in that case, the way they treat a CAN response is doing an API call, like, whoops, let's copy that. This will make more sense like sec. They make a post to statuses/update with the retweet body where they tweet event. I could event dot user dot screen name. We could put a throttle limit here, and I'm just gonna actually call it true. If we're allowed to post, do nothing. Sorry, if we're not allowed to post. So what we can do is pass this on in to here. The filter inside the throttle limit, and then basically you could write throttle limits in this case. I guess we still need to set up a timer variable, and if the timer is within the throttle limit, return true or return false. But let's do something. I'll work on that later. I'm not going to use it. But we're likely ready to start trying these status updates. Holy shit, we're live. Yeah, I'm getting pretty tuckered out. We gotta be near the end. This thing's gotta be working. Scrapper's going off. He's retweeted like 11 times. Oh, we got something new. There we go. All right. Oh man, this is going too much. We gotta put in the throttle. Holy shit, that's way too much. Let's stop that. All right, the bot's going off. We gotta add in the throttler. And okay, let's see. I might want to change the random tweets and remove the live stream once we're done, but maybe it'll link to the other thing. So we're gonna build a throttler. Right now the throttler just returns true, so it will or should tweet. Go back to the index.js. That's not it. Sorry, all of this is inside our listeners. This is really the most important file. So when there is an event, we do our decision making, our logic, and our actuation, just like a regular robot, excuse me, sensors and actuators. And let's see, so we need to pass in something into this throttler, which is in itself throttler. In itself is just right now it's a function that returns true, but I'm gonna set a variable on the local scope, like a countdown for our count. And what we could do, you could do something actually more like this, where you go set interval function, blah blah blah. So it's gonna run this thing, and in this case every second. And what I could do is just make this 60 seconds. But count equals 0, and we're just gonna do a count plus. And I guess we don't care about that. We're gonna define that elsewhere. But this thing's just gonna count. Yo, I don't even need to do that. I just need to do the date time, but it needs to be every 5 minutes, so I would just need to make a Boolean variable. I would still need a Boolean variable. This is fine. This will work. If count mod 3000, what, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. So 1 minute is obviously 60 seconds. So here's 1 minute. Let's do, well, for now, 1 minute. Else return false. This might work, but what I should do is actually even check the throttler, and I need to require this every instance. Because it's going to be a different count each time. And let's block that. Yeah, we're not running. Get a little drowsy. We gotta set this up, and I'm gonna run this overnight. What's the 10-minute throttle? Oh, there she goes. What's the throttle count? Brass. Throttle count's a function. Oh shit. I need to actually return the it's either returning true or false. And also, if it's true, we gotta reset the counter. There we go. That'll do it. Throttle count false. Oh shit, no, we don't want to do mod because whenever it checks, it could be anytime. We just want to check if it's greater than 60. Oh, that happened to be on the minute there. The way it was before, it would have only fired on the minute, and we don't want that. Oh, shoot. This is getting lame. Let's just keep it simple. We only got those two. We're printing out the event. Let's see here. Tweeters. Tweet canned response. Oh shit, if true, we're always just tweeting. Let's put on the, let's close this. Shit. If throttle count. Throttle count, okay, so throttle count only just returns the throttler. Alright, import const throttler. And this thing is basically just returning true or false if it's above 60 or the limit. Let's just actually call that limit. Const limit equals 60. And the timer is incrementing every second. And let's see, our throttler, if the throttler is greater than... No, that's fine. The throttler returns false or true. False or true. It is true, and we are above the throttler. We do that. I think I do want to say something when we reset. So I catch that. Because I am certainly spamming the Twitters right now, and that's not a good thing. Whoops. Where? Listeners. Yeah, what's up with this? Can't resolve it, man. What's up? What's up? It's in the same... No, it's not. Whoops. No, it only does what you tell it to do. And we're telling it to harass some fucking journalists. Let's check on Scrapper. 5 new tweets. He's fucking drunk and he's going off. Going off. Oh, we're spamming the fucking stream. We still got 0 listeners. Nice. Alright, peak concurrent. Let's make sure this throttle works. 1 minute. Oh, that ain't shit. Throttle count false. Oh shit, throttle count true. Alright, so this thing is working and we're getting another tweet. Let's turn it up to like 30 minutes. Yeah, 36 seconds. Alright, let's turn this up to 30 minutes. 30 times 60 seconds. There we go. So, alright. That's happening. If you wanna follow this stupid project, follow SMC profile. Put this in the old description. And I'll put the GitHub in the description as well. Wherever that was. But all in all, I'm gonna push the changes here. I think there's a lot more interesting things happening in today's episode than yesterday's, and the internet held out slightly better. Seems like the cold is a huge factor. Maybe the humidity or moisture changed the dielectric constant of the air or something, and fucks with the internet. But yeah, if you enjoy this, if you have enjoyed this, if you eventually will, thanks for enjoying it, and peace out. It's been a pleasure. I'm gonna go be social or something.